Hello, good evening, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate, where I hope to finish the expansion Siege of Baldur's, not Siege of Baldur, Siege of Dragonspear tonight, and actually finish the game. Whereupon I will move on to Baldur's Gate 2, not 3. Even though 3 is out, even though I have 3, I'm not playing 3 until after I finish both 1 and 2. So, yeah, patience is a virtue? Question mark? In any case, I think I'm really close to the end of the game. So, I'm trying very hard not to be overly optimistic, but it's called the Siege of Dragonspear. We broke the siege. We're about to, enter the castle of Dragonspear through the front door. And I'd forgotten how loud this was, my goodness. Hopefully the balance is not too terrible against the sound of me and the sound of this. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. But yes, we're just going to take one last glance at all of this loot that I'm leaving on the ground, because I don't care enough. And everybody's selected, so it's time to go inside. Okay. Are these named people? Oh, goody, it's Delancey. Alright, fine. I guess we're starting by talking to the boss man. Hi, Torsen.
This day is not over until Kalar is in shackles.
Yes, thank you, Delancey. Where is the Shining Lady? Then I fear we've a long day ahead of us. What remains to be done? Kalar won't be chained, Delancey. She will be victorious, or she will be dead. You know what? Then I fear we've a long day ahead of us.
Corporal Duncan led a team of soldiers into the keep. It is the only avenue left for her to flee. Fortunately, our mages have already warded the exit to the underground caverns you discovered.
Excellent. I still have a lot of unkind words to say to the person who did the sound design on this one. That they've made the music so much louder than the dialogue is just, it's an unforgivable error, in my opinion. And since I'm the one playing, my opinion's the only one that counts. Okay, already warded the exit to the underground caverns you discovered. She doesn't strike me as someone who would run. Do you really think she'll try to escape? She seems more of a die in a final blaze of glory sort, don't you think? Or then she is trapped. Excellent. I would see an end to this. You know what? Once again, I'm gonna go with the second one because it feels like the most truthful one. Do you really think she'd try to escape? She seems more of the final blaze of glory sort.
Nothing turns a person into a coward faster than a defeat. If Kalar's not trying to flee, then we have her cornered. My troops are securing the courtyard while the Flaming Fist move into the castle.
Good. Keep your troops out in the courtyard. Mr. Torture is a good way to get info.
I believe Corporal Duncan is looking for Kalar himself. Best hurry if you want to catch him.
How do I get into the castle? What can you tell me about the castle defenses? Or, while you hang back as you did during the siege, your cowardice disgusts me, Mr. Torture. What can you tell me about the castle defenses?
All I know is the outer entrances are blocked by rubble, but our forces seem to have found a way in through the roof.
Spectacular.
Find Kalar and do what must be done. I'll see to it the rest of the castle is secured and the Crusaders rounded up. Now go.
You do not get to give me orders. Okay, hey, Dank. Dak? Dank. Dank! Hello! The tide has turned against the crusade. Our victory is assured. Thank you, Dank. Yeah, you're all other things. Okay, let's see here. Uh, over here. Oh wait, that's a shadow, not a hole. Okay. Do any of you have names? No, you do not. If they don't have names, they're generally not worth talking to. In fact, they're specifically not worth talking to. Mercenary, Daggerford. Okay. Lots of rubble. It's impressive how much rubble there is here. What the heck was that noise? What's going on? Hmm. Where was it that I was supposed to go? Here? No, here is not a place to go. He said that they found a way in through the roofs. Did I miss it over here somewhere? I must have missed something somewhere. The question is what? Oh, wait. I went the wrong way. That's what happened. Stairs! That's a hand. That is a big hand. That is a very large hand. That is an extremely large hand. What the heck? These fingers have no joints. Unless we just can't see the... Oh lord, it's so big. It's so big that the joint is up there. Oh no. I was thrown by how short the thumb was. Oh no, wait, that's not a hand at all. That's a wing. Of course. Oh. Me? No anatomy? Never. You know, I note for the record that I've not seen Sky anywhere. Did my not pell-melling after her doom her or something? Oh yeah, there's a way up the spine. Oh, I agree, Minsk. If I could hear you over the music! Kayla must be rallying her forces inside the castle. Let's go, says Corwin. And I agree. I know better than to rush into things. Rushing into things is a good way to end up with my poor little ranger getting mauled because she's got the speed boots.
You are more than welcome.
How can I help you, hero? I have need of your healing services. I don't need your help at the moment. I'll speak to you again if I do. Oh! Because I didn't use her during the attack on the camp, she's still available. Nice. I have no need of your I have need of your healing services, or I don't need your help at the moment. I'll speak to you again if I do. Which is the one I'm going for because I don't actually need her help. As you wish. Remember, I'm here if you need me. Basically, it's you can't really take long rests anymore. It's long rest time is over. Okay. There's a lot of dragon skeleton going on here. Normally I would have saved before going through a doorway, but I guess I'm going to save after going through the doorway instead.
Not a problem.
Okay. Mercenary, healer, soldier. Okay. And no caches or anything. Hey, save some of the treasure for me. Bellegarm! Hi, how are ya?
I have many fine wares.
Oh, look at that! Oh, he's still a shop. You know what? I should check ammo supplies. Let's go with the nothing thanks at the moment. Have a quick pause. Ammo supplies. You have 1,000,000. You're fine. You are not currently using ammo. You have so much. You will probably be okay? Question mark. It should be okay. Is there anything to like sell off? I could identify some things while I'm here. Yeah, you know what? She is carrying a whole bunch of stuff to be identified, and and Glint has some things that need to be identified as well. So, Safana, if you would talk to Bellegarm, please.
An army marches on its stomach.
Looking for, I don't care. Let's take the weapons thing. I would like to identify all of these things. Please. Okay, the girdle is a golden girdle, obviously worn by a golden girl. Though its battered condition speaks to its past use in combat, few of the cuts in this leather girdle were made by an enemy's blade. It would seem the magical symbols gouged into the hide have the practical effect of making the item's wearer less vulnerable to the swords of their foes. Armor class +3 versus slashing attacks. Nice. We have a cloak of protection. The simple cloak has been imbued with some small magical properties to help protect its wearer. It does so by affecting both saving throws and armor class. It is ideal for mages and others who cannot wear bulkier or more restrictive types of armor. Okay. A ring of free action? Huh. Enemies have a hard time slowing this ring's wearer down. The runes etched in the silver band ward off spells designed to impede movement, granting its owner a freedom of mobility others affected by such magic are denied. Equipped abilities. The wearer is immune to everything magical and otherwise that affects mobility in any way. This includes haste and slow spells. You know, I would not mind giving that to Minsk. A small shield. Despite the effectiveness of the enchantments on this shield, it is otherwise nondescript and defies precise identification. Such standardization makes it likely that it is from the militia of some forgotten barony, though it is hard to be certain. And a mace +2. The mace is a direct descendant of the basic club, being nothing more than a wooden shaft with an iron head mounted on the end. The shaft of this magical mace seems to guide the wielder, becoming an extension of her hand. I'm actually going to be selling that because I don't really have anybody who can take, who is going to be using it. So, I'm going to keep the shield because I'm not 100% certain that the shields that people are equipped with are more than +1, but I will sell the mace. And Glint. Glint, you have some bullets that you wish to have identified, yes? Sunstone bullet and bullet of electricity +1. Nice. Okay, and dynamic hair. Did you have stuff? Yes, you had stuff to be identified as well. Okay. This wand and that wand. Wand of the Heavens. This wand will cause a pillar of flame to shoot out of the sky and strike the chosen target. The flames will do 8d6 damage to the target, which, with 1s taken as 2s, unless the target makes a save versus wand, in which case she will take half. The wand only has a certain amount of charges and will be destroyed when they are used. Okay, yeah, makes sense. And another Wand of Frost. White crystalline motes spray forth from the wand in a column towards the victim, striking them square in the chest with numbing force. The temperature inside the column is deadly and damages 8d6 with a save versus wand for half. Yep, okay. Fascinating. Okay, if I pass the shield and the ring to Minsk. Oh, Minsk doesn't even have a shield equipped right now. Okay, Minsk can wear the ring and can equip the shield, and Minsk is a good boy. In more ways than one. Now let's see. Sunstone bullets there. Bullet of electricity +1. Oh, yeah, that pile is bullets of electricity. You know, I'm just gonna do that. Sure, let's use the bullets of electricity on Glint. Let's mess some people up. I am not sure about the girdle. I wonder if my character could wear it. If my character actually had inventory space, which she does not. She does already have a belt of antipode. We're immune to all cold base effects, but suffers double any Well, that's not a belt that I currently need. Let's see. You know what, pass those over to Glint. And then Safana can pass the girdle to me. And I can switch the girdle for the one that I'm wearing and send the one that I'm wearing, you know, off to Safana. And yeah. Alright, that's good. That's good. I'm liking that. Oh? Screams of defiance, disbelief, and defeat echo through the courtyard beyond the window as the Shining Lady's loyal minions realize they are losing the battle. How could they possibly be losing when the Shining Lady leads them? Okay, that was a lot of good stuff. Let's make sure I don't have to do that again.
Not a problem.
I'm guessing this way? Nope, this is not the way. But Safana's gonna check out the loot anyway. Locked and locked, of course. Ooh, trapped is it? Sure, I'll take those. Don't really need the others. Oh, okay. Acid arrow, arrow of ice. Don't know what these are. Corwin? You know, I'm pretty sure that Corwin has a whole bunch of unidentified arrows that I didn't just do, but when it comes down to it, I have so many arrows. So very many arrows. I think it'll be fine. It should be fine. It should be fine. The The antlers of some majestic beast adorn this wall. Upon closer inspection, you note that they have been cracked and repaired at some point in the past. Interesting.
Need me?
Well, this is definitely not the way down, so... There's got to be a door around... Oh, here it is. Here it is. There's a door right here. Okay, general folks just keeping watch. How'd they get over there? Oh, Netherlock. Well, I'll figure that out. Oh, I see how they did it. Okay. All right.
Your need. Right.
Let's rifle some bookshelves. Scrolls. Yet more scrolls. And book. History of Anne. No, I don't think I... History of Waterdeep. 1, 2, and 3. Do I want to take the time to read them? Because if I read them, I'm going to have to read the History of Anne as well. You know what? History of Waterdeep 1. Waterdeep was used as a trading site for trade activities between northern tribesmen and southern merchants more than 2 millennia ago. By 1,000 years ago, permanent farms had sprung up in the area. The first mention of a Waterdeep, not as a city but as a collection of warlords, occurs only 400 years ago. The city was truly established as a going concern by 1032 DR, the year Hagarian became the first lord of Waterdeep, and the date from which North reckonings is counted. The city grew spectacularly, such that by 1248 DR, both the City of the Dead and the guilds had been developed. The guildmasters seized control soon afterwards, ushering in a period of unrest and bitter conflict known as the Guild Wars. The Guild Wars ended only when the 2 surviving guildmasters brought in their own period of misrule. It was only in 1273 DR that the present system of government, or lack thereof, was instituted. This was the year that the Magisters were established and the secret lords of Waterdeep were firmly re-established. Since that time, the city has continued to grow and prosper. Humankind and other races come from all over the realms to earn hard coin in the City of Splendors. Over the years, these successful merchants have set up guilds and themselves become nobility, supporting the secretive lords of Waterdeep who police the city fairly, yet with a light hand, by means of the superb city guard, soldiers, city watch, police, and over 20 black-robed magistrates. As a result, Waterdeep is a place tolerant of different races, religions, and lifestyles. This in turn has encouraged commerce, and Waterdeep has grown into a huge, eclectic city. Okay, that was Book 1. Book 2. History of Waterdeep, Age 0, Trade, Moots, and Pioneers. Few now know the true history of this great city, which had its beginnings over 1,000 years ago, when the North was truly what Southerners still sneeringly call it, the Savage North. In those days, most of the North was covered with vast, tall forests of ancient green, and inhabited by dwarves and goblin-kind in the most northern mountains and foothills, and elves in widely scattered forest enclaves everywhere else. A few primitive human tribes lived along the Sword Coast, fishing, hunting, and gathering in spring and fall to trade their furs with vessels sailing in from the south for merchants' jewelry, metal tools, and the occasionally available weapon or two. In the spring, these vessels came primarily to cut and take huge trees for shipbuilding, trees being no longer available in such large sizes further south. In the fall, the vessels came in to cut timber for their own repairs, or to take on a cargo of wood if the misfortunes of trading had left their holds low or empty. Most of these trade moots were at a certain place where there was a great natural deep-water harbor, protected from the sea by a rocky spur of land, an arm of an isolated coastal crag, or a rocky island beyond it. Okay. Book 3. History of Waterdeep, Age 1, The Rise of the Warlords. Over the years, the forest was cut back farther and farther from the shore, and tribes began to stay most of the year there, farming the cleared land. The wiser among them claimed and controlled some of the timber in order to trade for more weaponry and tools. Such claims angered many who found the squatters rich from frequent trade and brought attacks from land and sea, the more warlike tribes slaughtering the more sedentary settlers. Noted among these tribes was that led by Nimar, a chieftain who ordered his people to seize the farms, crude wooden docks, trading sheds, and storage barns built up around the bay. They settled there themselves and erected a log palisade within an earthen embankment to protect their holdings. After several abortive pirate and tribal raids, Nimar's people thrived in their new home, a fledgling town referred to as the Town of Waterdeep. Farther north, orc tribes had outgrown their mountain strongholds. Attempts to expand underground met with fierce dwarven resistance, although many small gnomish qualities were overwhelmed and wiped out. And the orcs spread out on the surface of the land, coming south and down out of the mountains, hurling their seemingly endless numbers against all who stood in their path. Here and there, elven enclaves held out, but the push southward displaced many other northern inhabitants, including the everlasting ones, trolls, who came down into the newly cleared lands northeast of Nimuar's hold, those lands now known as the Troll Moors. Nimuar died of old age during this time of increasing danger. Younger warlords led the men of Waterdeep, for so the ship captains called the harbor, in battles against the trolls. There were many bloody struggles between men and trolls for a decade, until the magic of a Northam youth named Agarian turned the fortunes of war against the trolls, and the everlasting ones were destroyed or scattered. Agarian rose slowly in skill and power with the passage of years, until he became a great mage. He discovered a supply of potions of longevity, or learned the art of making such, for he lived on, still physically a man in his prime, for decade upon decade. Fearing further attacks, the men of Waterdeep raised a small keep on the slopes of Mount Waterdeep above their farms, where fire arrows from on high could defend against attacking trolls. Many outlying tribes who had come to the settlement for safety from the trolls stayed, and expanded the walls with new farms several times. Warlords ruled the free city of Waterdeep, holding it independent and increasingly wealthy as years passed. Okay. Alright. Well, okay, I didn't check this bookcase. More books. What are these books? History of Waterdeep 4, History of Waterdeep 5, and History of Waterdeep 6. Oh boy, I put myself in for this now. All right. History of Waterdeep, Age 3, The Bloody Reign of the Guildmasters. There was great turmoil in the city as the guildmasters argued amongst themselves as to who should govern the city, and more than one merchant of power was found murdered. Groups of liveried bodyguards appeared openly armed on the streets, accompanying their masters, and 2 very troubled months passed as they bickered and parleyed, and occasionally duelled in the streets. At last they decided that all masters should rule Waterdeep together in a council. The lesser nobles and many townsfolk protested, saying that lords ruled by right and by the people's consent. The guildmasters, however, said that the lords had not been seen since Agarian's death, and that they must have been golems or zombies controlled by Agarian to conceal his lone rule, and indeed the lords were silent and unseen, and continued to be so. Tobinix! Hello, greetings! Welcome! in for a penny, in for a pound. Yeah, I read the first 3 books, so now I gotta read the other 3 books. That's the rules, right? In truth, the lords were real men and women whose identities had been comprised over the years by certain curious guildmasters who had had been compromised over the years by certain curious guildmasters who had ordered them slain by their own close-mouthed loyal servants following Agarian's death. The only lords still surviving, those who had remained secret, were Baron, a woodworker, and Shillem, an apprentice wizard. These surviving lords kept very quiet and waited. The guildmasters thought all the living lords of the city had been eliminated and took firm rule over Waterdeep. actually interested in Waterdeep. Oh, I see. Well, we're getting a quick Waterdeep history lesson here, so... The Guildmasters ruled Waterdeep for only 6 years ere their self-interested squabbling led to bloodshed. Open quarrels and a few murders quickly erupted into a brief but vicious series of street fights and midnight attacks. This strife, oftentimes termed the Guild Wars by sages, although it was never as long drawn out or so formal as to be called a war when it was taking place, left all but 2 guildmasters dead, most of the city's best mines stilled, and much of the city's gold wasted or plundered with the guilds in disarray. The surviving guildmasters were Lorhar Gildach of the Shipwrights and Elam Zor of the Gemcutters. These 2, ruthless manipulators both, were well matched and could not overcome each other, though their private armies clashed often in the streets. At length they sickened of bloodshed after many from both families were dead in the gutters, and agreed to rule together. 2 thrones were set up in Castle Waterdeep, and from then the 2 argued bitterly over this and that, and the city was a place of tension and fear. All matters, including the recognition of new guildmasters to rule the headless guilds, had to come before the 2 Lords Magister, as Lorhar and Elam were called. Few matters were settled. Because you can't have a deciding body of 2. It is impossible to have a deciding body of 2. You must have 3. You have to have an odd number. It's very important. Okay, that was 4. On to 5. History of Waterdeep. Age 2. The Lord's Rule begins. These books are numbered out of order. Or did I read them out of order? Well, whatever. That was 4 that I just read, wasn't it? Whatever. Age 2. In his 112th winter, Agarion had a sharp disagreement with Rarlor, who was then warlord of Waterdeep. Rarlor wanted to use Waterdeep's acquired wealth and strength of arms to create a northern empire, with Waterdeep its capital and Rarlor its ruler, and gathered armies for the purpose. Agarion defied him before all the people, and Rarlor ordered the mage to be chained. Agarion magically struck aside all who sought to lay hands on him. In a fury, Rarlor struck at the mage with his own blade. Agarion rose into the air, just out of reach, and as the infuriated warlord slashed repeatedly at his rising feet, gestured. Rarlor's blade transmuted in his hand from steel into a hissing serpent, which promptly bit him. The warlord died of the venom before the shocked people assembled there. Okay, thank you very much for backing me up there, Tobinex. Agarion then gathered all the captains of Waterdeep's army and all the seniors of the families of Waterdeep. While runners sought to bring them to the castle, flames roared and crackled in the warlord's empty chair of state at Agarion's bidding, so that no one sat there. Then, at a gesture from the mage, the flames were gone as though they had never been, leaving the chair unmarked. Agarion seated himself then, and proclaimed himself the first lord of Waterdeep, saying that henceforth wisdom and not armed might would rule in the city. He would gather some few, in secret, to rule as lords with him, masked and disguised when they appeared to the people, but equal to him in authority and free of coercion by any, himself included. These lords were to be drawn from all walks of life in the city, and could serve as long as they wished. The people heard and agreed, and for the next 200 years Agarion ruled Waterdeep with his unknown fellow lords. Over the years, the masked lords were a group of sometimes 5, 6, or 7, who appeared seldom and said little. Some whispered that they were Agarion's servants, or even magical automatons controlled by the old mage. Still, Agarion's justice was swift and fair, his laws good, his guardsmen polite, and just as ready to help as apprehend, and the people approved. The years passed in peace and prosperity. The north was opened to humans. Roads built under Agarion's direction linked it together from the ruins of the fallen kingdom, which had been shattered by goblin races' attacks before men were numerous in the north, to the cities that would later become Am. Waterdeep grew 5-fold in size and wealth. From all over the realms, folk began to come to the crown of the north, drawn by money, and among them came those who rob, cheat, and steal. When word of doings extending beyond simple theft to deception and workmanship, and the appearance of many fly-by-night impostor craftsmen reached Agarian's ears, he called together the senior merchants, the noble ones, and suggested they form guilds, as was done in the far south, to police the unscrupulous of their own professions. Some resisted or were furious, but most saw the advantages of such an arrangement, particularly if they were free to set matters up themselves and not have less favorable arrangements forced upon them. The guilds were created forthwith. Twice more the city walls were expanded as Waterdeep continued to grow in size and prosperity. Its merchants traveled the world over, bringing back exotic goods from afar and spreading word of the city's wealth to remote lands. In the south, some listened with an eye to conquest, or at least plunder, but swords were already out in those southern lands in a time of widespread strife, and no invaders came. Agarian's health eventually failed, and he died. He was buried with ceremony in his tower, which was secured against thieves and fools. Those who learned the arts arcane from the old mage cast the most potent protective magics known upon his home and resting place, which many believe remains inviolate today. Okay, we're just gonna double check. Yeah, that is definitely 4. Okay, they're out of order on purpose for some godforsaken reason. All right, History of Waterdeep, Age 4, The Return of the Lords. One day, to the courts of the Lord Magister came 2 people masked and robed as the lords of Waterdeep of old. Where they came from no one knew, but they appeared in the castle's great hall where the courts were, and commanded the Lord's Magister to leave the city forthwith and turn off those sirens. Laughing, the Lord's Magister refused, whereupon the shorter of the masked... They didn't turn off the siren, they made it louder. Laughing, the Lord's Magister refused, whereupon the shorter of the masked intruders, the Lady Shallam, apprenticed to Agarian and his undeclared heir as first lord of the city, blasted them with lightning and fire, and their very thrones were shattered and toppled. The taller of the 2 intruders, Baron, then called for the heads of the noble houses to come to them, or leave the city forthwith and forever, if they cared not to come by nightfall. All in the courts heard, and the news was cried in the streets. Never piss off a wizard. Never piss off a wizard. The surviving nobles came, reluctantly and with bodyguards, expecting such a summons to be a trap. Bayron spoke to them, and the crowd of curious townsfolk that had also come, saying this must not happen again. If Waterdeep was to be safe once more, he told them, all must support what he and his fellow lord now planned, as they had supported Agarian in the past. The 2 would choose others to be lords as before, he said, and they would rule in secret as before, save for himself. He removed his mask and said, I am Baron. I would be lord as Agarian was before. I would be safe in this my city again. And the folk of Waterdeep there agreed. Shalarn, still masked, commanded that the houses of the 2 lords Magister be outcast. There was protest, and she raised her hands that had blasted the thrones, and it was still again. And the house of Gildag and of Zoar were outcast. Wizards are known to be very frail, but, you know, if you can shoot lightning with one hand and fire with the other hand, yeah, you don't really want to, you don't really want a person who can do that to get upset with you. Peace returned to the city, and Waterdevens to their labor. To inhibit discovery of who the lords were, Bayron selected certain men of character whom he knew well, and appointed them magisters, black robes they were soon called from their robes of office, under the lords, to judge and apply the laws of Waterdeep in daily affairs. These magisters he knew paid well to raise them from temptation, and gave lodgings to those who feared for safety to dwell among the people. To so serve, he told the city, was a burden, not a proud misuse of authority, and if any wished to no longer serve, or were found wanting, they were not to be vilified, but accorded respect. And over the magisters the lords sat in their court, to correct and overrule the judgments of the magisters. Bayron told the people that none were to decry or belittle any judgments of magisters that the lords saw fit to alter or cast aside. If any thought ill of the offices of or those who held them, they could turn back to the rule of the sword and whim, and perish as had those before them. Before the Lord's court, Baldur encouraged people to speak freely for the length of a short candle's burning, without fear of chastisement or reproach from the lords for anything said, as long as they spoke openly and answered questions or opposing views put to them by any there. Thus, he held, just grievances of folk would be heard, no matter how small the matter or lowly the speaker, and so it was. Slow to take hold until people knew it for careful justice, but enduring beyond Beirun's time, and beyond Shilarn's time, and beyond the time of their daughter Lysen, the masked lady who wed Zelfar Arunson of Neverwinter, and was mother to Kelban Blackstaff Arunson, a lord of Waterdeep today, who knows the secrets of long years as Agarian did. And as the years have passed, Waterdeep has grown in size and variety, flourishing with good trade under the tolerance and protection of strong defenders and good government. The years passed, not without troubles, varying from the Gods' War, when Waterdeep played host to gods dying and ascending, to such occurrences as a green dragon assailing the field of triumph, part of a plot by the Knights of the Shield to overthrow the Lord's rule. But the city and her people survived and prevailed against all strife. Wow. The Lord's Alliance provides continued safety for all the settlements of the northern Sword Coast and those inland, with Waterdeep as the heart of the alliance. Though it can be matched in size or commerce, there is no city the realms over that compares to the sheer variety of life and experiences found in fair Waterdeep, crown of the north. Just gotta be a bard and seduce. Well, you don't have to. Seduction is a very blunt tool when it comes to bardship. And I mean, a lot of people like to use the seduce, but I gotta say there's a lot to be said for the art of persuasion. Or even of gaslighting. What is this? Faces of Evil, Volume 8. I will never take the seduction away from the bards. I will never take seduction away from the bards. I'm just saying that it should not be the only tool in your arsenal. Okay, so let's see. Faces of Evil, Volume 8. Originally written by a plain-walking sage, this time-worn volume is part of a much larger work containing studies of various Batzizu fiends. Many of the book's pages have been torn out, but those fragments that remain offer some potentially useful information. Most Batezu can only be harmed by enchanted weapons. The most powerful of fiends constantly radiate an aura of fear. Impervious to flame, fiends revel in the use of fire-based magic. The bite of some fiends is highly poisonous and may infect the victim with devastating disease. Batezu enjoy mind games. They often use charm magic to turn their opponents against each other. Powerful fiends possess certain magical abilities they can exercise at will. These include invisibility and teleportation. The tattered remains of the tome's pages provide no further insight, at least none you are able to decipher. Okay, so the thing that I take away from this, the main thing that I can actually guard against, is that if I end up fighting anything that resembles a fiend, which seems very likely, I should not use fire against it. Just use something else. When I last played my bard, I had so much fun saying my lute was like an electric guitar and had a spell. Ah, yes, Thunderwave, yes. I mean, if any spell were to be represented by a heavy metal riff, Thunderwave would be it. Okay, so don't use fire against demons. Which seems like practical knowledge, but that's to somebody who has, knowledge of tropes. Alright, Dynamic Hair, you're gonna take a look at some of these scrolls and see if you can learn any of them. Nope, none of those are useful. And none of those are useful. That's a pity. The solo from Freebird was your go-to.
As it usually is. We come for you anyway. Well, scrubbed evil.
I mean, to each their own.
What's the story?
For thunder magic, I would definitely use metal music, personally. I have played a bard, although she was distinctly non-musical.
Yes.
But,
Whatever you like.
let's see, anything useful here? No, nothing that I'm going to take anyway.
Tell me.
And I mean, as long as you didn't subject your entire campaign to the beginning of Stairway to Heaven every time you wanted to do something cool, I think you're okay.
Hey there. Whatever you like.
That's a lot of gold. That is a lot of gold. Oh my goodness. Oh, come to Foxwine. And a note. Thunderstruck was a favorite too. Just goes, yeah, that, The letters on this parchment are handwritten, but blocky and efficient, utterly devoid of personality, the penmanship of one who deals more in numbers than words. The note reads, Dear Foxwine, it took longer to collect the proper amount of gold than it should have, and far too long to return it to you. I cannot tell you how sincerely grateful I am for your patience in this matter. Here you should find all the monies owed you, plus an additional 17 gold pieces. I realize this small token in no way makes up for my failure, but to try and find more would have been to delay repaying you even longer than I have already. I hope this finds you in good spirits and health. Thank you once again. Best regards, of Phyllis, first assistant to Sub-Treasurer Zenk of the High Hall, Baldur's Gate. Oh, Phyllis, you idiot. P.S. If you don't remember me, I'm the fellow who misplaced your gold. And who died trying to return it to me. Oh, God. Oh, Phyllis, you fool. Well, I'm glad I noticed that chest, or else I wouldn't feel bad right now.
Hey. Yep.
Well, I have... Well, he did manage to get all of my gold back to me, and it is a spectacular amount of gold, we must admit. Look at that glory. But he is a fool because he lost my gold. He got himself severely injured twice trying to get my gold back to me. And then he died trying to get my gold back to me. And that's why he's a fool, but that's also why I say it in tones of deep fondness. I'm not trying to buy Waterdeep, it's just I haven't been buying a lot of stuff. Like, my main expense would have been potions, but I keep finding enough potions to keep me going, so I have not been spending most of the gold that I've been getting. So it's been a whole thing. Fellow grave robber. I'm not a grave robber. I specifically left graves alone. It's just I pick up a lot of loot. And stuff that I know I'm not gonna use, I just sell because gold doesn't take up any space.
You want me? Right.
Just a protection scroll? That entire table is just one protection scroll? Really? Okay.
Need me? Okie doke.
I think I only looted one grave, and that was because the person whose grave it was told me to. Alright, let's see what...
Someone protects us in the darkness. Good thing too, because this place is nasty.
Agreed, Glint, but this was not the time. Let's talk to Netterlock and see if he can tell me anything useful.
Good to see you again. We're holding the entrance to the tunnels and making sure any crusaders coming back this way are captured or killed.
The freshly dead is still considered grave robbing? No, that's spoils of combat. It's very different. What should I do? Keep at it then. Or I've no time for this. You know what? Keep at it then.
Kalar's holed up beneath us in the basement. Bence Duncan's preparing to engage her. Head down the stairs and finish this.
I intend to. The coalition will prevail today. What can you tell me about Kalar's position? Or I will, in my own time and my own manner. Goodbye. What can you tell me about her position?
All I know is that Duncan thinks he has her pinned. He could use your help.
Okay, interesting.
You've more important things to do than stand around talking to me. Dismissed.
Thank you for not being helpful, Marshal. Alright, okay. Anything or anybody else who could be vaguely useful to me here? No? Okay. Save. Yes, I'm paranoid. Don't at me. Let's go downstairs.
Something's not right here.
Oh, I trust your instincts, Corwin. What's the matter? We're charging into the stronghold of Kalar Argent. I can think of at least a dozen things with this scenario that aren't right. Or our enemies fall before us. It's right enough for me. You know, what's the matter? This is too easy. Ooh. Oh, you know what? You're right, but what choice do we have but to go forward? Too easy? Have you been fighting the same religious zealots I have? Or perhaps it'll be sufficiently difficult for you when we finally face the Shining Lady. You know what? She's right. She is absolutely right. And I'm gonna tell her she's right.
Well, there's always going back. I'm not saying we should go back, but we could, if you wanted. Hey, you asked.
No, Glint, we're not going back. We've come this far. There's no going back now. Let's go. She's absolutely right.
Fine and dandy.
And I hate that she is right. It's a pity I never found the main hall. Unless this is the main hall and I actually just missed it. Okay, names? No names. Open that door. Maybe this is the main hall. Oh, it might be.
Sweetheart? Right.
Oh my, hello. Bring that back to the group and we're gonna talk about this. Daros' full plate +1. This heavy steel breastplate bears the image of a soaring copper dragon on the front. The lightness of the breastplate and the fine detail in the dragon's image suggest dwarven craftsmanship. Fire resistance +40, save versus breath +2. Oh man, okay, what have I got you in? Practical defense +3. Okay, yours is +3. Yours is the dragon scale that makes you immune to poison, which is very important given what I read in that book about fiends. Can anybody else in the group wear heavy armor? You can't, I believe. You can't. You might? Well, you know what? If we put the halfling in the dwarven armor, it'll only be slightly too big. You know what? That looks pretty good on Glint. Brings out the blue in his hair. Excited to get this game soon, but now I'm gonna shoot as it's reaching for it. Ah, I see, I see. Well, thank you for stopping by to say hello and listen to me read the history of Waterdeep out of order and slightly mispronouncing everything, as is my wont.
What's the story?
And I've been here, I think. And given that it is 4 a.m. for you, I'm quite appreciative of you.
Kalar retreated into this vault. There's no way out. Our mage reports a strange magical aura behind the door. We've got to be careful. You ready for the final battle?
I like to think I am. I mean, this gigantic pile of healing potions I've got says I am. What sort of magical aura? I'll be the one leading the battle, Corporal. Follow me. We're going in. It would be best if you took the lead on this. Head inside, Duncan, and I'll follow. Or, I need more time to prepare. I'll return when I'm ready. You know what? What sort of magical aura? I detect powerful alteration magic tinged with evil. Illusion magic is in play as well. We'd best be cautious in penetrating this vault. Alteration? Okay, I'm going to make a note of this. Alteration. Flavor evil. What else was it? Illusion. And illusion. Oh, maybe Heffernan isn't as pretty as he seems. That would amuse the heck out of me, but, Okay.
What do you say then? Are you ready for this final battle?
Oh, I think so. I'll be the one leading this battle, Corporal. Follow me. We're going in. Ready? No, but it needs to happen regardless. Or, I need more time to prepare. I'll return when I'm ready. No, I'm as prepared as I'm going to get here. I mean, I just did what I am certain is my final equipment toss. Everybody's here. We've used relatively few spells, and Dynamic Hair has a lot of wands, so... Okay. Follow me, Corporal. We're going in.
It's strange to be so close to her. Finally, we get a chance to end this once and for all.
You know, I was really hoping that I would get a chance to take out Heffernan, and then maybe I wouldn't have to kill Kalar. Because, while she is a lawful stupid paladin, she does not seem to be evil per se. Just, terribly misguided.
Well said. Open the door, soldiers. The Shining Lady's crusade ends now.
And so we reach the end of a long, long journey. If you only knew the sacrifices I made to bring us to this point, all of them worthwhile.
Oh, the portal is definitely in this room. The portal is absolutely in this room, and that's what the illusion magic is going on. I read ahead just a little bit, so, you know, I'm not actually prescient. I'm just a fast reader. Our mage detected illusion magic. Who else is here? Don't expect me to believe you're alone. I've little doubt you did what you thought right, Kalar, but your efforts have led to naught but chaos and destruction. Surrender now. That's a matter of perspective. Or consider your next words carefully. They will be your last. Okay, I know that the first line is correct. There is more than just Kalar and Heffernan in here. There is absolutely more than just Kalar and Heffernan in here. But I'm going to go with the second one anyway.
Many soldiers gave their lives to stop you, Kalar. Their sacrifices are the ones that matter.
Indeed.
Change is upon us. Great and righteous change. You've come to face me, so do so. Now is our time. Yeah. The heck was that? You've caught me in your spell as well. I can't move.
Have I now? How distressing for you. You'll just have to stand and watch as my plan reaches fruition.
Yeah, saw that coming.
Your plan? What do you mean? Heffernan, what are you doing?
Being evil, like he has been this entire time. This is why I've been calling you lawful stupid.
You'll find out soon enough, my puppet. Once the devils begin their march into this world. Bleed, Boston. Bleed for my master.
See, the fact of the matter here is that I did give Minsk the ring that prevents him from being affected by any spells that would hinder him. So it would be really nice if he would turn and stab Heffernan right in the liver right now.
You're outnumbered, Vance. Go for reinforcements, now!
Gods help us all. They've opened the portal to the Nine Hells. Out! Everyone get out and get the vault door locked now!
Sir, what about? We're doomed. It's okay.
Leave them. There's no time. We have to secure the vault immediately. Devils could flood this place any second.
He's right, and I hate that he's right because this means I'm going to be locked in this room until I deal with this matter.
Heffernan, what have you done? I will not let him corrupt our work by bringing forth an army of fiends. Crusaders, with me!
Oh! Maybe I won't have to actually kill Kalar after all? Nobody actually took damage from any of that. That's the interesting part. Okay, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna double check my setup. For one, we're going into the Hells, so dynamic hair. Fire wand is useless to you at this time. What is this one? That's a lightning wand. I wish I had more charges in the frost wands. I really do. 6, 8. I have 8 shots with the frost wands. Unfortunate. Oh, wait. You pass that to dynamic hair. We also have a wand of water elemental summoning. With 5 charges in it. Oh, this is going to get very interesting. Alright. Alright, okay. Actually, let's put the 2-charge one in there first. Oh boy, this is gonna stink. Okay, and you... No more fire arrows for you. Okay. Oh, what a pity. I only have 71 arrows of ice. Although those are the basic ones. I wonder if I have any +1s. Well, I'll find out once I manage to do this. I kind of hate that oh wait, the music cut back in. Just as I was mentioning that I hate that it cut out, leaving me in the silence of just moving these arrows one at a time. Why is this like this? Arrows of ice, come to me! Okay, alright, come on. And... Okay, I've only got like 20 left to go. Why is there no way to move a stack? Okay, let's double check. No, I don't have any plus anything arrows of ice. That is a pity. Okay. I'm going to continue using those because I have lots of them. Did I hang on to a robe that gives fire protection? Yeah, I should probably hang on to that. It looks like I did not in fact hang on to a mage robe that offered fire protection, and that is my fault. She can't use the Wand of the Heavens? Well, not that I would use the Wand of the Heavens, but why can't she use it? Whatever. It really is a pity about the fire Wand of Fires, because I've got lots of charges on the left in fire. Oh well. Alright, Glint. We are taking out the bullets of fire that you have equipped there. And we're putting in bullets of ice. We're gonna leave the electric ones as being your primaries at the moment, though. Yeah, okay. That is about what I can do here. As far as switching elements goes. Oh, wait. Minsk, you should be using the halberd. Cold Fury may save us. And you keep using that sword. Yes, that's the right one. Do not use the flame sword. It's not going to be any good. Alright. If we have to fight fiends, I'm ready. Why is it showing my stream as being offline? What the heck is going on here? Hold on a moment. I'm going to save. And, one device is saying the stream is offline and the other one is saying it's online. That's very interesting. I'm just gonna hope that the stream is online.
Tell me.
Okay, folks. It's time to go.
Not a problem.
Avernus, the first pit of the 9 hells assaults your senses. The stench of brimstone and curdled milk fills your nostrils, coating your tongue and throat in a nausea-inducing film. The bitter moans of the damned envelop you, pressing in from all sides, smothering. As your watering eyes grow accustomed to the dim lava light of the pit, you begin to feel the oppressive majesty of the blasted waste around you. In pursuing the Shining Lady, you have been brought to the darkest place imaginable, and the pursuit is not yet over. Crusader corpses litter the ground around you, but of Kayla herself, there is no sign.
I mean, considering that Kalar is an Aasimar, this place has gotta, like, it's gotta be setting off her allergies something terrible, right? Dynamic hair, did you just, okay, we're apparently taking a moment to level up Dynamic Hair, who has chosen possibly the worst time ever to gain a level. Leveling up you go. You get more spells, but I bet you don't have time to learn any of them. I'm gonna have you, hope springs eternal. Let's see. No. You know what? Why not? Well, at least she didn't get any level 6 spells, so I don't have to cry. Okay. Can I save? Will it let me save? I cannot save at this time. Okay. Like I said, Dynamic Hair just chose the worst possible time to level up. It's great. Any sign of Kalar? We have to find the witch.
Not a problem.
For heroes, with me, boo. We will fight till this place is not but ashes.
What is this? Ilaruel. Ilaruel?
Get me out of here. I'm in the
What is going on here? Who is that? Darnus. Well, I mean, Minsk is like right here. I'm not sure who everybody else is shooting at, but I'm sure they'll figure it out. You should never have come to this place, mortals, but we're so glad you did. There is no going back for you mortals, nor forward either. Your journey ends here. Take heart, Crusaders. Together we will slay this fiend. This doesn't look like a battle I want to be part of. I'm going to stay out of this. Or you're in my way, foul fiend. Now meet your death. Take heart, Crusaders.
You know, I don't think I've ever slain a fiend before. This should be fun.
Oh, absolutely. More mortals come to entertain the Poxbringer Illarula? How wonderful! Minions, rip them to shreds and bring me their hearts. Oh, that's the leader, I see. Well,
Well, it should be fun for someone at any rate. Watch out! I killed two ogres!
there's a bunch of you who aren't attacking anything right now. That one's not injured. That one is injured.
Yes, yes.
Sure, why not? Gang up on the uninjured one.
Tis my will.
And by when I say gang up on the uninjured one, oh boy, do I mean gang up.
I'll recover.
You have my thanks. Without your help, we would surely be dead by now.
Yeah, probably. Did you expect some other result when you charged headlong into one of the 9 hells? Do not think you are saved yet, Crusader. You live only because you might be of use to me. Or you are dead now. You simply are too fool to realize it yet. Did you expect some other result when you charged into hell?
It has all gone wrong. We were to have your blood to open the portal days ago. When we marched here, our numbers were to be legion. We never expected to have to hold Dragonspear Castle for so long. Never suspected Heffernan would betray us, or Our Lady would charge into darkness alone and unaided.
Oh boy. Where is the Shining Lady now? My blood? That's why Kalar tried to kill me in Baldur's Gate? Or, so you rushed in after her, fools that you are. Is that why Kalar tried to kill me in Baldur's Gate?
Not killed, kidnapped. You were no good to her dead. She needed divine blood. 'Tis the key that unlocks the door to hell.
Yeah, I kinda got that from everything that came before this. Tell me something I don't know.
And we delivered it right to her. Or, more accurately, her stooge.
Other way around, Safana.
There is a bridge not far from here that leads to a grey stone tower. When last I saw Kalar, she was making her way toward it in pursuit of Heffernan.
Go back to the portal, return to Dragonspear, and pray I can end this ere devils tear you apart. You mean that dark, sinister tower yonder? I don't suppose there's a less ominous and foreboding tower in the area by any chance? No, of course not. That would be too easy. All right then, off I go. Or, then that is where I must go. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna be blunt. I don't care whether these Crusaders live or die at this point. Yes, they were doing as they were told and all, but they're the ones who decided to join the crusade in the first place and stayed with it even after the pillaging the countryside and murdering a whole bunch of people and all that sort of stuff. So there is actually not a lot of sympathy in my heart for them at this point. So, you know, do whatever you want, man. That is where I must go. And what of us? There's nothing but death for you here. Return to Dragonspear. I shall deal with Kalar. Do as you will for as long as you're able. I doubt you'll last long. Or you shall die, as your damnable mistress, and all who dare stand against me shall die. You expected nothing more, surely? You know, his name is Darnus, first. And I mean... I am extremely good right now. I'm startlingly good. But when it comes down to it, I'm just gonna stay good, despite it being against my actual nature, because, well, here's Minsk. Alright, return to Dragonspear. I shall deal with Kalar.
I shall do as you say. May the lady... I mean, Tymora favor you. Farewell.
You know, I never did find Ms. Henna's father. Okay, so I'm looking for a bridge. This is the portal. This is a church, this is a steeple. Open the doors. Where's all the people? What is here? The magma-covered fields stretch away into smoke-shrouded wastelands. Beyond a battered bridge in the distance, an imposing basalt tower looms. Okay, yeah, that's the bridge I need. Thank you for going around the magma. Oh, well, this... Wait a minute, what is that thing over there? Hold on. There's something on the ground. What is this? Blood-soaked minutes? These notes are written in bloody ink that remains bright and sticky against disturbingly warm parchment. Session 8355, attending, consumer of sacred souls, lord of the Razor Peaks and ruler of the Devouring Eyes, the destroyer of ancient enemies, and she who walks on shards of flint and bone, all other members in absentia. Destroyer of ancient enemies. As is known, I have long laid claim to a singular mortal's soul, one with divine consumer of souls. We know your plans well. How could they escape our notice? You've spoken a little, but your return to the prime material plane ever since you returned to us. She who walks. Let us not waste time reviewing this yet again. Shall we move on to the next item? Destroyer. We will follow the agenda. That is the order of things, and order guides us in all. Lord of Razor Peaks. Infinity weighs heavily on an unstimulated mind. She who walks. Infinity, yes, but it's been, what, a century by mortal reckoning? This continued obsession wearies me. Destroyer. Perhaps changing circumstances will prove more intriguing than my wearisome ordeal. Another has claimed the soul I seek. The exile is a mortal, yes, but he is possessed of dire power, sufficient even to threaten us. Scribe's hand. A mortal powerful enough to challenge my master? This cannot be. She who walks. He wouldn't dare provoke our wrath. Destroyer. Are you certain of that? He is in Baldur's Gate. He stalks my prey.
You know, with a good scrubbing and some bright new tapestries, this place wouldn't be so bad.
Where would you hang the tapestries, me? Consumer of souls. Such arrogance. He must know the Accord supports your claim. Destroyer. He keeps his distance, for now. But if he seizes what is ours, you must be prepared to act as the terms of our alliance dictate. Scribe's hand. They do not know. None of them know. When the Destroyer's plans unfold, they will all appreciate his cunning. She who walks. We have sworn with our blood to uphold this accord. If the exile challenges one, he challenges all. Consumer of souls. Agreed. Lord of Razor Hills. The past is consumed as if in a fiery furnace. We must turn our gaze to the future. She who walks. Indeed. Let us move on to the next item. Destroyer. By all means. Scribe's hand. They look at him and see a lowly worm, but the Destroyer is the strongest of them all. Soon everyone will know this truth, and I will say with pride that I serve him. That seems fun. Can I copy that? Yeah, I can. Okay, copied. Back onto the ground with you.
What's the story? Oh, you bet.
Okay, I'm glad I noticed that thing. Trail of bodies up the stairs. Must be the right way. Corpses of crusaders and devils litter these pitted stairs. Ah, Kalar's been this way. Can I save yet? I can. Up we go. Okay. Enemy sighted yet again. We're actually just gonna... Oh boy. I noticed they're all attacking me all of a sudden. Choices, decisions. Alright. Closest Lemure, I guess? Next closest Lemure. I don't know what an Abishai is, but switch your ice arrows and start shooting it. And, Safana, you back her up. Glint, you and Dynamic Hair are going to be going after that one. And, everybody, go! Wait a minute. Oh, they... That was so easy. Why was that so easy? Oh, this is way too easy. I mean, I know I prepped, but... They all just died so fast.
Come then, you craven fiends. Come and meet your doom.
Kayla, wait, please, talk to us. You promised to restore my wife, my children, yet all you brought us is more death. I look in your eyes now and I see nothing but madness.
You call me mad? I'll show you madness. No. I'll not kill an innocent man. I've not fallen so far as that. But I cannot stop now. Do as you will. Join me or no. I care not.
Okay. After her. She's our only hope to seal the portal.
Your part in this is done. Now let me do mine.
Speaking of madness that you deny, this has to end, Kalar. Come back to Dragonspear. We will seal the portal together. You can't free the dead of the Dragonspear Wars, Kalar. It can't be done. My part is done. I've barely started, Shining Lady. You'll not leave this place alive. Alright. I know she hasn't got any, but let's try the appeal to reason. You can't free the dead of the Dragonspear Wars, Kalar.
You may be right. I no longer know. But there's no turning back for me now. I swore an oath many years ago. I will keep it.
Oh, lady, why? They closed the door.
Fine and dandy.
What the? Hi, why did you come in feet first?
But Thrix the Prophane's master would have you go no further. For now.
I think I found the scribe. Who is this master you speak of? I'm afraid I'm on a rather tight schedule at the moment, so if you'd be so kind as to step aside, I'd really appreciate it. Or you think you can stop me? Who's your master? You will meet him yourself once he's done with the Argent, assuming you survive that long, of course. Fellow fiends, attend Thrix. Tear this one apart, that he may see what it is made of. What do we got going on here? A Lemure, a Hamatula, a Bone Fiend, an Arañez. Okay, I know of them, but I've never seen one. A Red Abishai, and of course there's Thrix here himself, who will probably be an enemy, but...
Need me?
This is a difficult choice. You know what? Go for the Lemure.
You want Boo?
Minsk. You know what? Minsk, go for the red Abishai. Corwin, shoot at the Hamatula.
Yes.
Safana, go for the Arañez.
Time to go?
Glint, go for the Bone Fiend.
I hear.
And Dynamic Hair. You know what? Yeah, shoot at Thrix with your ice weapon, if you would. Okay, let's see how this goes.
Another try I shall give.
Thrix is still not an enemy. Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Okay, why did we pause? I don't... Oh, a Hellcat! It's so cute, I'm so sad it must die.
What's the story? Okie doke.
You fight well. Thrix the Brave is impressed.
Oh, you should be.
Thrix's master bid him bar all but the Argent for a time, and Thrix would not want to disappoint his master,
Unless we bribe you.
if Thrix believed his master would not be his master much longer, if he believed you might slay his master, then Thrix might allow you passage. Master has been most vexing since the business with Kren Shinnabon. Thrix is weary.
Well, I mean, you overindulge in Cinnabon, you're gonna be unbearable for quite some time. That's just what happens. I haven't time for your nonsense, devil. Will you let me pass or no? If Thrix really wanted his master to fall, Thrix might offer more assistance than merely standing aside. Open the doors, devil. Kalar must die at my hand. Or you've a new master now, devil, and her name is Foxwine. You know, if Thrix really wanted his master to fall, Thrix might offer more assistance than merely standing aside.
You are in the first and greatest of the hells, little thing. Nothing here comes free. But perhaps you might be interested in a wager.
Oh, wagering with devils. That sounds like a great idea. Thrix has 3 items that might be of use to one who would storm the basalt tower. This blade, sharper than the loudest shriek. This helm that cradles the head more softly than a mother does her newborn babe. That's only 2 things. This staff is gnarled and ugly, all but useless, but if you win my bet, it or one of the others would be yours. If I take this bet and win, I get one of your items, and if I lose... Or I'll take your wager. No, what happens if I lose? Thrix will take one of your friends. Very well, I'll play your game. You ask me to risk a friend to a devil's game? No, we'll do this, but my soul, not one of theirs, will be the prize. Or, that's not going to happen. I don't like this game. I don't like this game this devil is playing at all. I'm going for the second one.
You willingly gamble your own soul. Oh, Thrix likes you. And he agrees. You'll make a fine addition to his collection. And now, the riddle.
Goody.
You should like this, child of Ball.
Thrix's riddle was devised for you, and you alone.
Oh, goody! Is it that hooded guy's head on a platter? Because I'd like that hooded guy's head on a platter.
Now, tell me what I speak of. A useful tool, though most despise it. In light, it can topple kingdoms. In shadows, it sustains nations. Paupers fear it daily. Kings fear it deeply. You were born to serve it, but because of it, you will die. What is it?
It can only be my father. It is I, the Ballspawn. You speak of murder, devil. Sabotage! The answer is destiny. It must be poison. It is irrelevant as is this ludicrous rager. You should have stood aside when you had the chance, Thrix. Okay, it's not the dead god. In light it can topple kingdoms, in shadows it sustains nations. Paupers fear it daily, kings fear it deeply. Born to serve it, but because of it you will die. I feel like it's either murder or destiny. Paupers fear it daily, kings fear it deeply. Born to serve it, but because of it you will die. It's either murder or destiny. Like sabotage or poison. There is no reason for paupers to fear sabotage or poison. Also, I was definitely not born to serve poison or sabotage. You speak of murder, devil.
You have answered my riddle. Aren't you clever? Clever Ballspawn. Now choose your prize.
Here's the thing. I already have armor. I already have more swords than I have people who can wield swords. I'll take the staff. You want this gnarled piece of wood? No, Thrix thinks not. The sword is what you want. The sword or the helm. Ah, see, you know, that just, We had a deal, Thrix. Give me the staff. You're right. Give me the sword. Or perhaps you're right. I'll take the helm then. We had a deal, Thrix. Take it then.
Thrix's master should be finished with the Shining Lady by now. Enter freely and of your own will.
I've won a wager against a devil. Isn't that spectacular? Okay. Gonna take this over to Dynamic Hair, who should have an identify spell left. Echo of the Fiend, +3. A devil of Avernus once possessed this gnarled wooden staff. Though the devil long since escaped from the staff, a residue of its essence permeated the weapon and lingers still. When a command word is spoken, an aura of fire springs up around anyone wielding the staff. Though the flames leave the wielder untouched, they sear others with a devastating heat. Combat abilities. 5% chance per hit of triggering a Sunfire spell centered on the wielder. And a charge ability of Fire Shield twice per day. Interesting and fun, and probably not wieldable by... Oh, hold up here. I don't know that I'm going to use it, but I'm definitely gonna equip it in case I do. Well, murder was the correct answer.
Tell me.
Okay, save? Yep, thank you, okay.
Hey. Yep.
Oh, I can taste the end of the game. The screams of the damned are muted within the basalt tower, but the maggot stench of the place nearly overwhelms you. With every breath, it slithers into your body, its barbed tendrils raking your lungs.
Not a problem.
Very descriptive. Disgusting and descriptive. Those are some really big maggots. Incredibly large. Okay, there must be a... Yeah, there it is. Going up. In the center of the basalt tower, an iron lattice hangs over a shadowy abyss. 4 massive chains at the corners of the grate lead upwards into a darkness above as ominous or more so than the one below. Nice. We're just gonna stand here in a circle and...
We don't know what we're heading into.
We really don't. We're gonna stand here in a circle and stare into each other.
They need more inputs to keep.
Auto paused for enemy sighted. Oh, great! Okay. Well, Fox and Minsk, you get to have some fun.
Case of death.
So this is just going to be our trip upwards.
Delivering us unto our doom. Nowhere to go.
A team
but
like this
up.
can't be beat.
That would make for a pleasant change of pace.
Need me?
Alright. Fox, go for that one. Minsk, you are practically standing on one, I think. What is that? Huh. No, wait, you are standing on a corpse. Okay. Yes, I'm having Fox and Minsk do this because it means that the others aren't using up ammo.
Ha! My aim is true.
Backhand.
What's the story?
Are we there yet? Come on, come on! Cloak
Yes?
shadows, cloak shadow! I am so bored!
Oh, you'll have excitement soon, boy.
Thy demand?
Yeah, put this in your pile where I can find it. Everybody else feeling hunky-dory? Yes? Okay. How many corpses are we going to have on this grating by the time we actually get up there?
Tell me.
Yes?
You know what? Safana can back you up. She doesn't use ammo.
I'll recover. Hey.
You want more?
Okay, Glint, I would like you to switch over to your flail, please. Dynamic hair just keeps getting injured, and it makes me nervous. Okay, alright. You know what, Dynamic Hair, if you would step more towards the middle. They don't seem to appear in the middle. I mean, look at these piles of bodies underneath us. Oh boy, it's a mess.
You know what I want, Belafet. Release him!
You make a mockery of your uncle's sacrifice in coming here, Azemar. But I will grant you your desire. After our fashion.
Are you gonna let me participate anytime soon? Oh, there she goes.
You and Fawn will be together.
Oh, nope.
Your cage will hang next to his. Ah, the child of Baldur. Welcome. Welcome. You're just in time to witness the fall of Kalar Argent.
Now, here's the thing. I'm not actually interested in the fall of Kalar Argent. I'm interested in the fall of Heffernan. Are you going to let me witness the fall of Heffernan? No? Okay, what are the actual dialogue options? What's going on here, Kalar? It wasn't long ago I would have taken great pleasure in seeing the Shining Lady brought low. Now I'm not so sure. Or we shall see. You know what? I'm going to go with the second one. I'm not sure anymore.
There is nothing you or anyone can do to save her now, godling. She will hang in the hall of my Lord Benefit, and you will hang beside her.
Oh, are you so certain of that, Heffernan?
Damn you, Heffernan! It was your treachery that brought me to this.
Yep. That is 100% correct. Good for you. My treachery and your arrogance, Shining Lady.
This is the secret of Kalar's crusade. There is only one soul in Avernus Kalar has ever cared for. Her uncle on Argent, the man who sacrificed all to save her.
Oh, goody. What a wonderful time to get backstory. Is this true, Kalar? The crusade, the carnage it wrought, the death and destruction it left in its wake, it was all for one man? I thought Kalar threw the Sword Coast into chaos. Now the true villain stands revealed, and he will answer for his perfidy. Or wait, slow down. On sacrificed himself for Kalar. I mean, the third one is the closest to the truth. Well, closest to the truth that I wish to say. But there's also the great temptation to ask Kalar if Heffernan's statement is true. Obviously, this is on over here. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care about what Kalar's motives were anymore. I thought Kalar threw the Sword Coast into chaos. Now the true villain stands revealed, and he will answer for his perfidy.
You dare challenge the great Benefit here in his place of power.
I'll not do it alone. Kalar, join me. Let Belafit's death be the first stepping stone on your path to redemption. Innocent lives hang in the balance. I will do what I must. Well, yeah. I don't see that I have a lot in the way of options at this point. I give him the same choice I gave all my prey. Flee or fall before me. Which would you prefer, devil? You know what? as the most likely to appeal to what is going on here. I'll not do it alone. Kalar, join me!
After everything I've done, you would have me at your side?
You're lawful stupid, but that doesn't mean that you're not lawful.
So be it. The Child of Baal and the Shining Lady will stand together against this devil's darkness.
Yep, that we will.
You are as arrogant as my mistress, and you will share her fate.
I would prefer if you shared your master's fate, to be honest. Okay, you. I want you on the ice arrows. We need Heffernan removed, and I'm trusting you and Safana to do it. Glint, get on your ice bullets. And what have you got? Yes, protection from evil on not Kayla. On me. And you. Heffernan goes. Okay, and
When danger calls, Minsk answers.
on the devil. Alright, Heffernan's down. Alright, let's try the water elemental. Potion. Anybody else really low? Nobody else is really low. Okay.
After all this time, this cannot be the end. This cannot be.
I did it? What the heck is... Oh, it's that's the water elemental.
The unadventurous life is not worth living. Right.
Okay, alright. I'm gonna quick save right here. And, alright, Kalar. Why can't I talk to you?
I can scarcely believe it. Everything I did, every sacrifice I made, all to reach this moment. You are free at last, Uncle.
I know not what you did to make this happen, Kayla. Whatever it was, the cost was too great.
I'm gonna have to agree with On, but I mean, we did defeat a devil in hell. I have no family of my own, sir, but if I did, there is little I wouldn't do to save them. You have no idea how right you are. Or, tell him, Kalar, tell him the price the Sword Coast bore that he might be freed from Belafit's clutches. No, I've been playing this game aggressively kind. I'm going to continue playing this game aggressively kind. There's little I wouldn't do for family, I imagine. I think, sir.
I do have family, and I would tear down the gates of all the hells to spare them suffering.
You nearly did.
I sacrificed myself to ensure my niece never saw this place again. You knew my wishes, Kayla. Why did you defy them?
You know why. Why are you asking this?
Do you think so little of me, Uncle? Did you truly believe I would leave you to rot in the devil's claws?
Exactly.
I expected my niece to honor her uncle's wishes. How long has it been since we last spoke, Kayla? Have you learned nothing in all those years?
Absolutely nothing. She had some guy dripping poison in her ears for the last who knows how long. What is this? Kayla and I have our differences, no question, but I am shocked by what I see here. Where is your gratitude? I'm pretty sure she's learned quite a bit in the last few hours. She's learned much, though not, I think, the lessons you would have had her take from her experiences. No, I'm not gonna lecture him about his gratitude. He's right. But... This is hardly the time or the place. Pretty sure she's learned quite a bit in the past few hours.
We all learned much in that time, I think.
Oh, you are also right, Dynamic Hair.
More than I ever wanted to know. I knew no happiness in my ignorance, yet the misery I felt while convinced I trod a righteous path was nothing compared to the guilt I must carry now.
You are correct. But the thing is, you are alive. And as alive, you can go out and atone. You can, try and fix what you broke. Or you can rot in jail. It depends on, what the leaders do. If it were up to me, you would have to go out and fix everything you broke. Everything. But, unfortunately, I'm not in charge. I'm just the hero. I'm not a lord or anything.
I was brought up in the Order of the Aster. My Aasimar heritage and the Argent name assured me a place of honor as a paladin of the Morning Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Or so I thought at the time. I had such confidence then, such certainty of purpose. I knew I would rise to greatness. Knew it in my bones.
Ah, arrogance.
All that barred my ascent were my superiors in the Order. They sought to teach me humility. I see that now. But I could not bring myself to bow to their authority. To any authority but Lathander's. Perhaps not even his.
Oh yeah, arrogance and hubris. Very common combo.
I was told to watch over the library, to guard the volumes within, for they held knowledge critical to the Order's success in the battle against darkness. I coveted that knowledge. In my arrogance, I read aloud from the pages, not understanding the forces I was invoking.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid.
That was how a girl not yet 10 years old found herself in this pit, in that cage.
You were that arrogant at 10? Or sorry, 9? You were that arrogant at 9. Oh, you precious creature, you. Yet you escaped its bars. You must have. We all make mistakes. Or then you have experience in being caged. Good, it will serve you well when we return to the material plane. Well, we know she escaped its bars, but I'm not going to say we all make mistakes like some sort of fatuous... Yet you escaped its bars. You must have.
I was freed, yes, but the cost... It was too much to bear. I couldn't do it, Uncle. Forgive me. I couldn't.
On offered himself to Belafit in your place. I begin to understand. On gave up his own freedom that yours might be restored. We should all have such an uncle. Or you ask his forgiveness. On Argent is perhaps the one person who benefited from your lunatic crusade. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the second one. We should all have such an uncle.
I have a couple uncles miracles like that. It's pretty terrific, actually.
Yeah, it sounds pretty awesome. You know, you accidentally cage yourself in hell. The uncle comes and rescues you back to the material plane and well, ends up imprisoned in your place, leaving you with decades of guilt to, yeah.
I made this sacrifice hoping that Kayla might someday find redemption for her sins. But she is here before me, and I now know she chose another path.
I mean, when it comes down to it, arrogance is actually a fairly minor sin. I mean, it is very close to pride, which is a more major sin, but yeah, I will have to admit that the swath of murder and destruction across the Sword Coast to try and rescue you was, yeah, those are some sins she's accrued since then, but I don't think that being so arrogant as a 9-year-old to read aloud from a magic book really counts as a sin per se.
A heavy toll was paid by me and those who followed me. A heavier one still was exacted from those who stood in my path. Am I without regret? No. Would I do it again? Without hesitation.
Then you have learned nothing. Retribution is all that is left. You will return to the material plane, close the portal to Avernus, and stand trial for your crimes. If you'd hesitated just once in your life, one time somewhere along the line, countless lives might have been spared. Or, I must admit, I'm impressed. You cling to righteousness as a hungry wolf does a piece of meat, without thought or doubt or any consideration of others. That is an excellent line, and my character cannot say it. It's, Oh, that's a really good line, though. Time for you to stand trial.
I am an Argent. I hold myself to the highest standard. I know I did evil, though I did it in pursuit of good. I must answer for my crimes.
Yes, that's what I just said.
Every second we stand here talking, more devils make their way into Dragonspear. I don't mind talking, but the standing's at an end. Let's go.
I agree.
Divine blood was the key to opening Dragonspear's portal to Avernus.
And it'll be the key to closing it.
The blood of a powerful devil will lock it once again.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Here, take this key. It will open the Dragonspear vault. I'll not be returning to Toril.
You're going to stay in hell?
What? No, Kayla. I'll not allow it.
Nor will I. You will return to Toril, Mistress Argent. You must answer for your crimes. You'd remain in this accursed place rather than face the Sword Coast's justice, Kalar? You fear the Council of Four and the Lords of Waterdeep more than you do the denizens of Avernus? She is the one who brought you to this place, Ann Argent. She is the one who has nearly unleashed the hordes of Belafit upon Toril. I can think of no more fitting punishment than her spending what remains of her life in this foul pit. You know, this is the guy who gave up his own life to release her from hell. He's not exactly going to be agreeing with the whole leave her in hell idea. So it's either 1 or 2. Do I call her a coward or do I put my foot down? You know what? I'm probably not going to get anywhere calling her a coward. You must answer for your crimes, Argent.
The portal can only be closed from this side. Someone must remain behind. I shall sever Avernus' connection into Toril, and then stand guard. Whosoever would cross the threshold to Dragonspear will first face Kalar Argent.
You're an Aasimar. That doesn't make you immortal.
I can do nothing to change the past. What future I have is here, in this place. That was true from the moment I first summoned Belafet. Uncle, please, go now, before Avernus's legions overtake us. Do what you can to redeem the Argent name of the shame I brought upon it, I beg you.
I don't know that she's right, but the problem is that I don't know enough to know that she's wrong either about the whole needing someone on the inside to close it.
I may Lathander's light shine upon you, child.
This is a dumb idea. It's over, Foxwine. Let's go. Well, at least I killed Heffernan. Okay, everybody out. What the heck is she doing, and why am I zoomed out so far from it? Okay.
It's done. Thank the gods. The rift twixt the worlds is closed.
It's a sad state of affairs that a dreary vault has as much appeal as this one now does.
I went to Avernus and came back. I really did. And nobody who wasn't here will ever believe it.
We would not have survived Avernus but for you and your friend. I owe you a debt.
It's been too long since Minsk journeyed.
Data's seed and Kalar, she has done what she must. It is strange to be in the world again. I must put my life back together.
What's the story?
Okay. I must save, I guess. Alright, On, what do you have to say? The gate is sealed, and Kalar, she has done what she must. It's strange to be in the world again. I must put my life back together. And you? We would not have survived Avernus but for you and your friend. I owe you a debt I shall never be able to repay. That is correct. Okay. Sia Humba. The key taken from Kalar easily opens the vault doors. The doors creak open, releasing you from confinement.
What happened?
So many things. The portal to Avernus is closed. Or that is a very long story. The portal is closed.
And what of our shining lady?
Torsen Delancey of Waterdeep, let me introduce you to On Argent, Knight of the Order of the Aster. I'll let him tell you what happened to Kalar. Outside of the tales that will doubtless be told of her rise and fall, we'll hear no more of the Shining Lady. The Crusade's mistress fell before me, as all who oppose me ultimately do. Fear me! You know what? Torren Delancey, meet On Argent. On Argent, meet an asshole.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Master Argent. I wish it were under different circumstances. If there is anything I can do for you, please don't hesitate to let me know. Our forces are sweeping the castle now, checking for traps or pockets of resistance. The surviving Crusaders have either fled or surrendered. The siege is ended, as is the threat of the Nine Hells. I believe the time has come to celebrate.
Party! Bedding in the castle will be set up for you and the other worthies who proved themselves in battle. When you finish celebrating down here, speak with Sergeant Dazzo. You'll find him on the stairs up to the main floor. He'll take care of you.
Is that all you've got for the savior of Dragonspear? You can do better than that. 3 cheers for the hero of Baldur's Gate.
Aw, Duncan, I knew you'd come through for me despite me letting Skye probably die. Feels good. I'll admit I had my doubts about you, Foxwine, but you proved yourself more than worthy as an ally. I'm honored to have fought beside you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go check on Skye. With Kalar defeated, there will likely be some revelry, and she can be overly celebratory if you grasp my meaning. Oh, you found her without me! That is excellent! Very good.
We're getting close. This will all be over soon.
Oh, I want to get even closer to you, Corwin. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, that felt icky to say. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't think I've ever seen you smile like that before, Shale. You should do it more often. Of all the gifts you've given me, none is more precious than hope. I wouldn't have made it this far without you. Or one way or another. I'm going for the second one because I don't think I would have made it this far if Corwin wasn't such an amazing archer. Her arrows have saved my butt so often in this particular expansion. I wouldn't have made it this far without you.
Come here.
What? Who? Hey?
I want to kiss you.
That's the best thing I've heard in a long time. And I want to let you? I can't. Not right now. Too much requires our attention. And I want to let you.
I'll take your words over roses any day.
Well, that's good, because I don't actually like the smell of roses, so you'll get words all day, every day, and never a rose.
I'm almost there, Roma. I'll be home soon.
Please stop saying that. It's like you're signing your own death warrant. Not nearly soon enough, but at least we're alive to make the trip. That's no small thing, considering. I hope you're right, Shale. Or, if you've said your piece, let's move on. Yeah. Not nearly soon enough, but at least we're alive to make the trip.
Come back to Baldur's Gate with me. I'll smile a lot more once I see my daughter again.
That sounds excellent. And will Roma smile to see me, do you think? That sounds like an invitation. You have a daughter, Corwin, and I'm not parent material. Look at my father if you don't believe me. We can't be together for Roma's sake. Perhaps I can coax a smile or two out of you before then. Or you think about that girl too much, Corwin. It's time you did something for yourself. Past time, in fact. Doing something for herself is what resulted in the daughter in the first place, so maybe not bringing that up would be good. That sounds like an invitation, Corwin.
There's a reason for that. Come here. Let me give you a taste of what it's an invitation to.
Oh, certainly.
Back to the city then, as soon as we can. In the meantime, let's go find someplace a little more private.
Oh, don't mind if I do. I think I succeeded in romancing Corwin. Mostly by accident.
Not a problem.
I wonder if we still have a chance to find Ms. Hannah's father. Oh, Rafus and Jahira. What are y'all doing here? Oh, there's all sorts of people in here. Oh, and you brought Khaled with you. I'm so glad you guys were reunited. I'm going to save, but I'm going to make it a new save. And I'm going to call it Victory. Where's Jahira? There you are.
Nature's servant awaits.
First Zarevok, now Kalar Argent. Do not think your actions have gone unnoticed or unappreciated. Thank you? I kind of expected a little more, but, thank you.
Yeah.
It is our names the Skalds will praise in the days and years to come, but had Kalar been victorious, things would have been different. Ach, Voglin is no fan of thinking. Certainly not when there is drinking to be done. Ho ho! If you see a wineskin, be sure to send it mine way, yeah? Thank you again for what you did at Bridgefort, and here as well. The Sword Coast is in your debt. Okay.
Oh, 'tis the hero of Baldur's Gate. Or perhaps a new sobriquet is in order. Liberator of Dragonspear, Bane of the Shining Lady.
How about all of them? I am happy to be known simply by my name. Liberator and Bane. They don't really have the same ring as hero, do they? Or let the rabble call me what they will. I am above such concerns. You know, I'm happy to simply be known by my name. Just keep saying my name.
Sometimes it is necessary to take up arms for the greater good. But humility is the true mark of a hero.
Rasad, I didn't notice you were here.
This hero could learn a thing or two about being a hero. Leave it to Volkin. One night, and let us say 3 casts away, and I will have bounds of earth to match your deeds. Your tale will be told alongside those of the great heroes of old.
You know, that's all I could really ask for. Thank you.
Take some time to savor our victory. You earned it. My companions and I will continue working to root out any further pockets of resistance that may remain in the castle or around it. Fare thee well.
Why does this guy sound like he should be in a surfing movie in the 90s? Eh, well. I'm happy to have wrapped up a bit with you guys. Who else is there to talk to? Fosse's here. I'm not going to talk to Fosse. I don't see a reason to talk to Andres or Dosa. Well, I might as well, I guess.
You are more than welcome, Sire.
Could I have a moment to describe the countless ecstasies to be found suffering in Ilmater's name? No? Another time, then. How can I help you, hero? I don't have need of your healing services. I guess I have need of your healing services. Of course, I'll assist however I can. Oh, okay, alright. We're good, we're good. Andres?
I'm impressed. When I learned it was you in the vault, I wasn't certain you would be equal to the task. I'm rarely so pleased to be wrong.
Why, thank you for nothing. Quiet and empty in here. And it looks like we can't go downstairs. The mechanism that allowed the Crusade to move easily between Dragonspear Castle and the warrens below has been destroyed by the battle that recently occurred here. Well, that makes perfect sense. Well, I don't really have very many people left to talk to, do I? Anybody in here? No? Okay. I can't believe that the thing that the ghost was sending me for was right here all along. I'm really not going to bother talking to Fosse. I have no reason to talk to Fosse, to be honest. The Torsen told me I should escort you to your sleeping area. Just let me know when you're ready to go. Well, I think I'm pretty close to ready, but just let me savor my victory.
Still we wait.
Well met. I am Dazo of Waterdeep, and if I may say, it has been an honor to fight alongside the former hero of Baldur's Gate. Hello, Green! I'm glad you arrived just in time for that one. You flatter me, sir, and I humbly thank you for it. I would speak longer, but I fear I must rest soon. Of course! The way that you can tell the puns that I come up with on my own rather than just reading somebody else's is that they really are that painful, Green. Alright, where am I? You flatter me, sir, and I humbly thank you for it. I would speak longer, but I fear I must rest soon. Former hero of the gate. Have you heard something I haven't? I am weary and have no more stomach for celebration. I would go upstairs and get some rest. Former. Have you heard something I haven't? Baldur's Gate can no longer claim you for its own. You represent more than a city. You are a champion of the Sword Coast and all the realms. You do me greater honor than I deserve, but I thank you all the same. Now, if you'll excuse me, I require some rest. Right now, all I represent is an extremely tired woman. Or, I am my own woman. Do not think otherwise. You will only be disappointed. Now it is time I get a decent sleep. Past time, in truth. You know what? Let's go for humble. I need sleep. You do me greater honor than I deserve, but I thank you all the same. Enjoy the respite while you can, my lady. You can never be sure how long things will stay calm these days. The celebrations last long into the night. Between the feasting and the drinking, you hardly have time to shake hands with all those... Yep, there it goes. I love how they have only one lying down thing, and it's the death.
Silvershield, born into privilege, yet driven to rebel against the destiny her father
You again. You know, I thought that when I was finished with Kalar, I wouldn't be having to talk to you ever again.
She has been challenged, as you have. Has she proven worthy, or been found wanting? Let us see.
She was the alternate candidate to me? Oh, dude, your decision-making processes are broken.
What's happening? I don't understand.
Oh, it'll all be over soon.
No. No.
Dude! What the heck is this? Are you kidding me? Alright, fine. Do I have anything other than cure? No, I don't. Okay, fine.
Yep.
That took a hit and a half.
Hells? Oh, gods, no! What have you done?
Yeah. Nobody's gonna believe me. There was a monster. It attacked me. I don't know. Or, that seems obvious. The better question is why I might have done it. A monster attacked me.
There's only one monster here. The one that stood on Borskir Bridge. A skull scorched into the stone around her. The one covered in Silvershield's blood.
Okay, here's the thing. I just saved the entire Sword Coast. We just finished a party in my honor for doing the right thing. Why can you not believe me in this one instance?
May the gods help you. No one else will.
Spectacular. All of this because I refused to be the man that hooded guy wanted me to be. The crusade is finished, but my nightmare is just beginning. No, Boo knows heroes, and he knows Foxwine. This is no hero's work, so Foxwine isn't responsible. This is simple logic, Minsk's favorite kind. The hero of Baldur's Gate has many things within her, but not this. I just don't see it. No, it can't be. It can't. You know me, Corwin. You know I didn't. I couldn't have done this. She was a monster. She attacked me. I had to defend myself. I don't know how this happened. I'll not explain myself to you or anyone. What was I supposed to do? Just let it kill me? I couldn't have done this. I want to believe you. I really do.
In the name of the Council of Four, you are under arrest for the murder of Ski Silvershield. You will return to Baldur's Gate to be tried for your crime.
You and I had our issues, Corporal Duncan, but you cannot believe I did this thing, can you? This isn't what it appears to be. I don't know what's going on, but I didn't do this. I couldn't have. I've slain hundreds, thousands of people on the Duke's behalf. They never had a problem with it before. I don't know what's going on, but I didn't do this.
I wish I could believe that.
Don't make this harder than it needs to be. Please.
I
dropped something. Could
You
you pick it up for me?
return to Baldur's Gate under circumstances much darker than anyone would have believed. What should have been a moment of crowning triumph is instead a nightmare beyond your understanding. Ski Silvershield lies dead, seemingly at your hand. The Siege Force's clerics are unable to revive her. Her magically preserved body has been transported to Grand Duke Entar Silvershield, who clings to the faint hope that his daughter might someday be resurrected. You share that hope. Without Ski, you may never know the truth of what happened that dark night. Once you thought yourself free of your father's taint. But as you journeyed to Dragonspear Castle, you realized this was not so. You are a child of Baal, Lord of Murder. A piece of him resides in you. Has it grown beyond your control? Was yours the hand that plunged the dagger into Ski Silvershield's breast? You do not know, and that fact haunts you. When you left Baldur's Gate, people cheered you as the city's hero. Now they look upon you and see something very different.
I have some concerns. I feel a bit railroaded. This isn't right. I have gone out of my way to deny my father's heritage here.
We've heard the testimony of those who traveled with the Flaming Fist expedition to Dragonspear Castle. Many told of how the accused was found in Dragonspear's main hall with Ski Silvershield dead at her feet.
Why are we doing this in public?
Corporal Bence Duncan bore witness to a disturbing incident involving the accused at Borskier Bridge.
Why are we...
Here to share his recollections.
Why are we doing this in the street?
Bridgeport was under siege by the Crusade. The accused led an attack, driving Kalar's forces off.
Yes.
After that, she collapsed while crossing Borskier Bridge. The symbol of Baal, Lord of Murder, sealed itself into the stones around her.
Yes. Child of murder, evil poisons your blood.
The mark of Baal does not in itself prove guilt, but it does cast a darker shadow of suspicion upon the accused. We cannot forget that Saravak, another spawn of Baal, brought our city to the brink of war.
And then I stopped it. So the public, so the public doesn't riot. I mean, I'm very tempted to go and save scum back and just let the thing wail on me without attacking back.
Thank you for your service, Corporal. You may go.
We'll see where this goes, but I'm gonna try the other path. Yeah, as for me,
Our diviners have presented evidence of your deeds since leaving Baldur's Gate. Deeds that speak to your character.
all of it, yes.
Is there anything you wish to say in your defense?
I would never have killed Skye. All the evidence shows I am not a murderer. I can't remember what happened at the castle, but I'm certain I am no murderer. My character is my defense. I am no hero. I've done many terrible things in my life, and done them proudly. If I had killed Skye Silvershield, I would freely admit it. I do not know if I killed the woman. It's all a blur. But I do have something I want to say. I have nothing to say. I await your judgment. Okay, you know what? We're going to stick with the I can't remember what happened at the castle, but I am certain I am no murderer. My character is my defense. Because I did nothing but good things. Nothing but good things. Elaborate. When I met a former servant of Baal, I instructed her to atone for her crimes and do good in the world. I am not a slave to my father's will. I was asked to poison the Crusaders' supplies at Dragonspear Castle, but flatly refused. Poison and murder are cowards' tools. The pursuit of Kalar took me to the wastes of Avernus. A fiend offered to let me pass freely there if I sacrificed one of my companions. I offered myself up instead. Or, my deeds are well known throughout the land. Many call me hero. Surely that speaks to my character. Okay, you know what? Let's go with a fiend offered to take one of my friends for free passage, and I offered myself instead. Let's try that. I think that one has the greatest weight.
So noted. Is there anything more you would say in your defense?
No, I'm ready for your decision. Or yes, there is. Well, let's try yes. Okay. Let's go with number 1. I feel like it has of the ones, like, as I was asked to poison and I flatly refused because poison and murder are cowards' tools. I mean, it does have a good thing, but it's also like, I want to emphasize that I am not my father. It's very important that I am not my father. I am not a slave to my father's will.
So noted. Is there anything more you would say in your defense?
Yes, one more thing. I was asked to poison the Crusaders' supplies at Dragonspear Castle, but flatly refused. Poison and murder are cowards' tools.
So noted. Is there anything more you would say in your defense?
No, that's all the defense I'm going to offer out of what you've given me. I did a lot more good things, but you're not letting me mention them. I'm ready for your decision.
We've heard much evidence today, both for your character and against it. Now what is that commotion?
Oh, good question. Is it something that's not going to get me beheaded?
Stay out of my way, you sniveling pigs!
Who are you?
We can't let you do that, my lord.
Lord? Oh, wait, is this Daddy?
Do you know to whom
Yeah,
you
it's
speak?
Daddy.
I'll have your family on the street begging for coppers if you don't let me pass.
Oh, yeah, Oh, we're going to be going through this for a while. I am so sorry, folks.
You do not want to do this, Entar.
Please don't do this, Entar. And please, never speak again.
Do not tell me what I want. I know what I want. You, murderer. You killed my little girl. My ski.
You must believe me, Duke Silvershield. I was not responsible for her death. I don't know what happened to Skye, but I intend to find out. Or cease your whimpering, man. You're embarrassing yourself. I was not responsible for her death.
You put on a good act. But I know the truth. It wasn't enough to slay her bodily and leave me childless. You had to destroy her soul too.
I didn't do that. I don't have the capability to do that.
This is not the time.
It really isn't.
Tell me what you did with it, fiend. Before they send you to the gallows, tell me, what did you do with the dagger?
What dagger? Please calm yourself, Duke Silvershield. Duke Silvershield. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you going on about? I know nothing of any dagger. I have nothing to say to you. I don't know what you're talking about.
The priests can do nothing. She's gone forever. My ski.
Come, my lord, I'll escort you back to the estate.
Give me order or I'll have the square cleared. Order! A father's grief is an irrational thing. Let us return to the facts. We've heard the evidence and your own defense. Have you anything else you wish to say?
If you have wizards divining the evidence, surely they can discover who murdered Ski. Oh, darn it, they've got me saying it now. Ugh! What is this dagger Sook Silvershield spoke of? What happened to Sky's soul? I doubt there's anything I can do to convince you of my innocence. Your mind is made up. What is this dagger? What happened to her soul?
Peering into the weave, our diviners determined that Ski Silvershield's soul now languishes within an artifact called the Soul Taker Dagger. All efforts to locate the dagger have amounted to naught. While her essence is imprisoned thus, Ski can never be returned to life. If we had the Soul Taker, she might possibly be restored and confirm your innocence, if indeed you are innocent.
Guilty, I say. Guilty.
Thank you for your input.
The Flaming Fist will take custody of the prisoner until a decision is reached. Take her away.
Well, apparently, according to the achievement that I just got, I actually convinced Belt that I'm not the one who was responsible for the murder. Didn't I have that dagger in my party somewhere, or in my loot somewhere?
How are you?
Hi, Corwin. I honestly don't know what to do. I've had better days. Corwin, thank the gods. You've got to get me out of here. Or you shouldn't be here, Corwin. Go, now. I've had better days, Corwin.
You could have worse. Eltan and Belt moved mountains to keep you alive and out of Antar's hands.
I owe them a lot. This game is going to go on for a lot longer than I thought it would, isn't it? I was really hoping to finish it tonight. I need your help, Shale. Let me out of the cell. Let me find Sky Silvershield's killer. Let me prove my innocence, please. Yes, I do insist upon mispronouncing it, because pronouncing S-K-I-E as ski is hurtful to my soul. If you expect me to thank the Grand Dukes for their hospitality, you're going to be gravely disappointed. Or, let Entar come. I'll send him to join his wretched daughter. Let me out of the cell. Let me find the killer. I believe you, and I love you too. I hope you'll find some comfort in that. We're just two people. Our feelings mean little beyond these walls.
Love conquers all. I'm not feeling particularly victorious right now. Are you?
No, I'm not. This is not how I expected this to go. Do not succumb to despair, Shale. This isn't over yet. So long as you love me, I have hope. Or, let's see how we're feeling after you release me from this wretched cell. Darn it. It's 1 or 2, but I'm not sure which one I actually want to go with here. You know what? I'm gonna go for option 2. As long as you love me, I have hope.
Would that I could say the same. But hope is a luxury I can't allow myself. Not anymore.
That was the wrong answer. Hi. And whose fault is that?
Treating you as some nightmare-made flesh. How does it feel to be trapped in a cell after all you've done for this city?
This isn't right. I didn't kill Sky. I could never do such a thing. This makes no sense. You were there from the beginning. You're behind this. What game are you playing? I'll be honest, it doesn't feel good. Or release me. Release me or I swear I will find you and make you pay. You, what game are you playing?
I warned you of the darkness running through your veins. Divine blood is not to be trifled with without control. Power is not petty.
Dude, I was doing just fine until you showed up and with your asshole ways. Forgive me if I don't want to listen to a word you have to say.
But I am confident you will survive this, and greater destiny awaits you.
Oh, I really hope it involves kicking you in the face.
Rise. It is time. You know what you must do. Embrace the darkness coiling within you. Take the dagger. Kill her. Take it. Even now you resist. You are more powerful than I thought. All that I truly require is your presence.
I knew I didn't do it. Also, thanks for the complete lack of subtitles there, game.
Your mind is not so open to me as it once was. You resist my will. Your power grows, child of Baal. Awake. Tell me, what did you see?
I saw Sky Silvershield die. I saw the face of her killer. It was you. You killed Sky Silvershield. You set me up. I saw your death. Well, I mean, the last one is correct in that what I just saw is going to lead to me doing my very best to murder this guy. But, I saw the face of her killer.
Despite my efforts, you remember. Impressive.
I'll show you, impressive mage. When I escape, I am coming for you. The truth will come out. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but soon. I'll find a way out of here, and when I do, I'll find you. The day is coming, fiend. Your end is nearer than you know. Truth is a very powerful thing. And since you can't make me forget, the truth will come out. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but soon.
Of that I have no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
You will escape this place. We will meet again. Fear that meeting, child of Baal. We have so far to go together.
We are going nowhere with each other, man. I know I didn't murder the brat. Apparently I'm taking a long rest now, whether I want to or not. How much more is there to this expansion? Passed out on the floor like a drunk.
How are you?
Duke Belt, it is good to see you. I have no news. I know who slew Ski now. Oh, darn it, I said it again. Oh, man, it hurts. Oh, my brain. It'll be a damn sight better when I'm freed from this cell. Or don't waste my time with idle conversation, Belt. I've no patience for it. I know who slew Sky now.
You know the killer's name? You have proof?
I know I have neither his name nor proof of his crime, but you must find him nonetheless, if you would see justice served. Release me, and I'll get you both. Or I can offer you nothing more than my word that I speak the truth. If that is insufficient, so be it. Say your piece and be gone. Oh, man. I have neither his name nor proof of his crime.
Justice is an ideal we must all strive for, but circumstances do not allow for the ideal. The Council of Four must bow to the practical. Were you anyone else, this would be a simple matter. For Entar, it is very simple. He wants your head. That will not change anytime soon. Certainly not while his daughter remains in her current state.
Understandable.
But you are the slayer of Saravak, the hero of Baldur's Gate, the champion of Dragonspear. Your service to the Sword Coast is beyond dispute.
Man, this voice actor is phoning it in. Alright, yes?
Unfortunately, your heritage is now also beyond dispute. There can be no peace for a child of Baal. Those near you will inevitably suffer as Ski did. That is your nature.
I disagree. Also, Sky was not near me. I spent as much time away from Sky as I could, and when there came the chance to chase after her when she did the, "Oh no, I'm running away, you must come and find me," I did not actually go and find her. So I would dispute your statement on that level.
There are as many people in this city ready to fight and die for you as there are those baying for your blood. Baldur's Gate is in turmoil.
And that's not my fault.
After extensive deliberations, Eltan, Leah-Janath, and I have decided it would be best for all if you and the darkness within you left Baldur's Gate as quietly as possible.
Ah, I see. Exile.
A guard will escort you out of the city. This is a poor reward for all you have done for us, I know. But it is the best we are allowed. Go someplace far from here and do not return.
Yep, exile.
Fare thee well.
I'm gonna pretend he said my name, but with the way that this voice actor talks, I don't really want to hear him say my name. Well, what was that? Okay, let's just have a double check. No, there's nothing for me to grab around here. There are refugees locked up in here? That's spectacular. I bet, yep. Well, I still have my money.
This is a disgrace. Everything you've done for this city, and this is what you get. It's not right, says I.
I agree.
Your belongings are on the table. Take what you can carry and head down to the trapdoor.
I'll wait for you downstairs. On the table. Which table? Both tables? Oh, yep, here we go. I'll take that and those, and certainly that, and those and that, that and that, and that, those. Whichever gem bag actually has gems in it. I don't know which one. That's spectacular. Well, we'll start with this load. Put that on, put those on, put those on. Just put everything on, just put everything back on. Where does the, oh, there. Helmet. Bow. Non-flaming sword, flaming sword. Arrows in case I use the bow. Okay, which... This one has a lot of stuff in it. This one is empty. I'll just put that one on the ground. I'll put those there. Let's see. Oh, I'm sure they will. Oh, there's so many things I can't take with me.
I figured you weren't another Sarabok. I think I figured wrong.
All of you can be quiet while I try and figure out what to take and what to leave behind. Oh, that one's empty. Okay. Well, I think I might as well take the ward stone as well. Y'all are not helping. Yeah, that's a lot of scrolls, all right. And that is a terrifying amount of ammo. Might as well take the oil of speed. Never did use the spectacles of spectacle, but don't need the vault key. Yeah, I might as well load up on potions. Or all of the potions that it'll let me have.
You destroyed the Iron Throne in Kalar's Crusade. No, perhaps a small price to pay for all that, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna take, I guess. As long as I've got the gem bag that actually has gems in it. Yep, I do. Alright, life is good. Alright. Aw, I can't put question marks in? Hi, I'm here. Where's the end of this? Okay.
Farewell to Baldur's Gate.
Not really, but I guess I have to. I am. It seems I've little choice in the matter. Or, not yet. It seems I've little choice in the matter, to be honest.
Yes or a no?
Yes, let's move forward. No, I'm not ready to go yet. Let's move forward with all of us.
Follow me and stay close. We'll be travelling through tunnels beneath the city. Duke Belt wants you kept away from the public. Rightly so, I think.
Yeah, it's not like he's wrong, but also this is dumb.
Go down the stairs and head west. The cavern comes up outside the city gates.
You have my thanks. I didn't do it, you know. I wasn't the one who killed Sky Silvershield. Or, you've served your purpose. Begone. I mean, I want to say the second one, but this guy is literally a grunt, almost. You have my thanks.
Before you go, there's something I would say to you.
Oh, Lord, please don't accuse me of murder. Alright, what is it?
My cousin was in Bridgeport. The Crusade spellstone had poisoned her. She was on the edge of death. You saved her.
Oh. Oh, you're welcome.
You saved the city from Sarabok. You saved the Soul Coast from the Nine Elves. I don't care what anyone says about you. You're a hero. And that's all there is to it. Farewell.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me that moment in all of this awful. Why couldn't you have let this expansion end on my victory? I am to leave. I am exiled. Me and my sword on the road again. Oh, a slime. Sure, why not? I don't even know if I'm going the right way. I'm probably not. But I mean, there are slimes here, so there must be something, right? Why are there all these monsters over here? What is all going on here? Small door hidden in the rock has a keyhole in it. Well, there's not a thing I can do about that. Yeah, what do I got? Successfully forced the lock open. Anything worth having in here? Potion of fire resistance, potion of invulnerability, antidote. Oh, sure, I'll take an antidote. Shocking grasp I can't use, and a grease I can't use. Okay. This definitely was not the way. But I mean, I got an antidote, just in case. This is kind of a sucky ending. I have objections to this.
Hi, Karnak.
Imoen!
You made it. Oh, that's great. I was scared you wouldn't.
Imoen, how did you know where to find me? You and me both. You should never have doubted I would find a way to freedom. I never did. I thought I was leaving the city in secret. Imoen, how did you know where to find me? Also, I've moved on. Duke Janeth told me what was happening. She offered to send a messenger if I wanted to keep training with her, but no, I wouldn't do that to you.
I'm so sorry. I should never have let you go to Dragonspear without me.
Well, you were trying to get over being almost fatally poisoned. It's kind of understandable. I missed you too, more than you know. I'm glad you weren't there, Imoen. Some of the things I saw will haunt me the rest of my days. Or you make it sound as though you could stop me. I'm glad you weren't there, Imoen. Some of the things I saw will haunt me.
But if I'd been there, maybe... I don't know. Maybe things would have been different.
I don't know. I don't know, Imoen. Well, we're together again now, and that's the way it's going to stay. I'm not letting you out of my sight ever again. Come on, the sooner we are away from here, the better. How big is this thing?
I love these wild, unmapped areas. Who knows what we'll stumble across.
Also, I will note for the record that Imoen has completely disappeared. Let's just... Okay. I need to find a way to escape this prison. I will be escorted from the city once I collect my belongings. I am to leave the city of Baldur's Gate. So... But where did Imoen go? She said she wasn't going to let me out of her sight ever again, and then she disappeared. Imoen! Imoen! Oh. Hi, guys. Minsk, you believe me, right?
Yes, my friend. What can Minsk do for you? Or perhaps it is Boo you wish to speak to.
I would have you and Boo both join me if that's agreeable for you. And Boo. No, it's you I want, though I'll accept the hamster as part of the package. I would have you walk by my side. Or perhaps another chime. I would have you and Boo both join me if that's agreeable for you and the hamster. Boo says yes, and I would too, but leaving my witch undefended, this I cannot do. Dynahair is welcome to join me as well. A pity, you would have made a welcome addition to the party. Or, oh right, the witch. Never mind then, we'll talk later. No, Dynamic Hair is welcome to come along as well. Thou art too kind, Foxwine. Very well, we shall walk with thee a time.
Hey, everyone. I got him.
Yeah, that you did. This viper pit of a city has wronged you, Foxwine, but you are not alone. Do not let despair overtake your heart. You have your freedom at least, and with freedom there is hope. Well met, friend. Do not be disheartened in what has happened. Gorion believed in your goodness, and so will those who accuse you in time. I am sure of it.
Could we maybe talk about this someplace, far away from here?
Before we do that, I need to thank you, all of you, for joining me in my hour of need. Forgive me, Imoen. Some of these are not the faces I expected to see upon my release. As far away as possible, let's go. Or we shall leave at a time of my choosing, and not before. I need to thank all of you for joining me in my hour of need. The Council of Four might not be willing to stand by you, but I always will. Now let's get some distance between you and Duke Silvershield, all right?
Forward.
But my party... Also, what was all that casting bullshit?
I'm pretty sure the Flaming Fist isn't on our trail. Can we take a break? Just for a minute?
This is not the order I want people in, but,
I think we can all use a rest.
Okay, just give me a moment. Dynamic Hair, if you would move to the back of the party, please. Well, okay, Khaled, I want you moving up. And Jahira, I want you moving up. There we go, there we go. That's more like it. Okay. This just keeps going. Fell to attackers outside Baldur's Gate?
Do you feel a little off?
I just got an achievement, possibly for dying. Is this the bad ending?
Your eyes burn as a thin, acrid mist rises from the ground and envelops you. Your mind clouds, shadowed figures strike and fade away. Your companion's cries echo in your skull, and the world around you fades to gray.
WTF. Are you kidding me? What just happened? So we all died? I'm feeling pretty angry right now. I'm letting the credits run because credit where credit is due. But also, like, we're into the audio and recording team, and they did bad. I don't know which of these voice actors were the ones that irritated me, but someone on this list, a few someones on that list. I'm just... That was the worst ending. How did I do everything good and end up with the worst ending? There's no post-credits Easter egg teasing our next game, but thank you for staying to the end anyway. Well, I wasn't expecting a teaser. I was letting the credits roll because I like to let people see who did the work. You know, I've been playing this Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition for nearly a year. These people all worked on that, so they deserve to, you know, get some credit time. But I am pretty upset about this ending that I've been handed. I think I'd rather have let the demon kill me in my dream. Maybe you die in your dreams, you don't die in real life? But yeah, I take some issue with this ending that I've been handed. I'm pretty mad. I'm searching for the appropriate words to express my feelings on this, and it's just like I saved the material plane from the hells. And they were like, "You're a hero, you're the best in the world, we're going to have a party." And that's where they should have ended. That is where it should have ended. This whole murder the daughter of the Duke thing, or, you know, be framed for the daughter of the Duke murder thing, and the being killed by assassins in the woods after I'm exiled, that's just... Why do you give me what should have been a fanfare? Like, why didn't you stop at the fanfare instead of having it end on the wet fart? I mean, what was the thought here? What was the idea? What was any of that? I take some great issue with that. I'd rather have died in that stupid dream. And once these credits are over, which I find it amazing that the credits for the other languages are in the other languages. That's spectacular. I'm going to be going back and seeing if I just let the thing beat on me in the dream, if that changes anything. Like, maybe the problem is that I have been killing the monsters in my dreams. Admittedly, I can't go back and replay the entire... I'm not going to go back and restream the entire siege, just so that I can let all the monsters in my dreams kill me. But... I'm really quite upset that this is the choices that were made. This is not... There's no satisfaction in this. Like, yes, I've reached the end of the game. I can do Baldur's Gate next week. Well, Baldur's Gate 2 next week. And there will be adjustments for that, which I will get to at some point here. But it's just... this is not the way that you end a plot. This is not the way that you end anything. I don't care that the sequel is like right there and there's going to be a continuance and all that sort of thing. This is not what you do. And quite honestly, my whole thing with this, with the Siege of Dragonspear in thing, we could have done entirely without the hooded guy, and the narrative would not have suffered. Like, you could even keep the thing on the bridge where you get the flashback to your character's father's death, and, you know, oh my god, the ball spawn is evil, look at the skull burned into the bridge, it really is the child of the god of murder, oh noes, without the hooded man at all, and that would have been fine. Everything that hooded guy contributed was frankly shit. Okay, so... Alright, we go back to Victory when it actually was Victory. Before all of that...
Still we wait.
Alright, you flatter me. Oh, sorry, former hero... Yes, Champion of the Sword Coast. This is where it should have ended. And then I have a nice sleep, and I go back to Baldur's Gate. There's a fete, there's a parade, the game ends. That's what it should have been. Greater honor. Now, if you'll excuse me, I require some rest. Enjoy the respite, thank you. We only have one line. Yeah, okay, so, you know, this text that I know there's not enough time to read, so I'm not even going to try. Everybody in collapsed position, because that's the only lying down position that they have. And then this.
Silvershield, born into privilege, yet driven to rebel against the destiny her father mapped out for her.
And then you murdered her.
As you have. Has she proven worthy, or been found wanting? Let us see.
What's happening? I don't understand.
None of us understand. Okay, so... If I just stand there and take it... If I just stand here and take it, will that change anything? She can't even touch me.
Gotcha. Ouch.
Like, what is like, if I had a sleeping spell or something like that, or you know, a resilient spear, perhaps. Like, this could take a really long time. No matter, all that I truly require is... Oh, no. Oh, I see, I see. So I get framed no matter what.
Hells? No. Gods, no!
Well, that's just dumb.
What have you done?
I don't know.
You killed the daughter of a Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate. Gods help you. No one else will be able to.
This is stupid. Okay. Alright. Okay. So now we know that nothing would change no matter what I did, and I'm not going to play through all of that again because screw that. I have a great many terrible things to say about the people who wrote that expansion, but I'm going to sit on them because I finished the game, darn it. And I'm just going to be happy that I finished the game. The game is over. The game is done. I can move on to the sequel now. And you don't mind me while I keep babbling here and do something that I should have done while the credits were running. But I couldn't because that would have turned off the sound. Now, where is it? There it is. Okay. Going to find that announcement there. Going to put a 2 there. And I'm going to adjust this here. And save. There we go. All right. There we go. And yes, if you want to see my grand journey through Baldur's Gate and everything that happened within it, you can find that on my YouTube channel. There is a playlist there, so you will be able to find all 44 streams that I did of Baldur's Gate. Well, you will be able to find all 44 as of next Friday, but for the moment it's all 43 previous to this one. And this one will go up on Friday, and then it will be the complete thing. It will be amazing and astonishing. I finished the game. It took a really long time. And I will be back streaming again on Monday night, tomorrow night, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be playing City Skylines for Management Monday. I will be working on my city of Pepper Lake, or more like I will be crying on my city of Pepper Lake because it's about to be hit by a giant tornado, which was just announced at the end of the last time I streamed City Skylines. So tomorrow night it will be dealing with that tornado and all that it does to my city, which hopefully will not cost more than all the money that I have. Praying and hoping and crossing fingers. We'll find out. Then I will be back again on Wednesday night at as close to 7 p.m. as we can get enough people together to form a room. I will be playing Scribble It or Among Us, or possibly both, with my friends. Among Us really needs no description, but Scribble It is less well known. It's kind of a Pictionary style game where one person draws and everybody else tries to guess what that person is drawing. It gets pretty funny in my group because not only do we shoehorn in anime references in places where they really shouldn't be anime references, but also none of us can spell. Although some of us can draw, so, you know, there is an upside. It gets pretty funny. And then usually somewhere around 10:15 or 10:20 or so, after my friends who have day jobs have had to go to bed because they need to get up in the mornings. Have you ever heard of those? I've not heard of those. I'm told they exist, but it's been a really long time since I've seen one. I think they might have gone extinct. But in any case, after, you know, my friends go to bed, I switch over to my solo Valheim server where I crash around and try to do my best. Upcoming this week in Valheim, I have a lot of metal ore to process, so I'm going to be exploring some area that I have not explored before, an island that I discovered the trader on, but then did not explore the island at all beyond, you know, being, here's the trader, let me plonk down a portal so that I never have to go without him again, sort of thing. And, you know, let's find out what's on that island while I process all my metals. Then I will be back again on Thursday night, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be playing Oxygen Not Included for Try Not to Die Thursday. I will be working on my base of the wine keg, trying to make things nice, trying to build the things that I need to build. The very first thing that I'm going to be attempting to do this upcoming Thursday is to get some natural gas production, well, not production, capture and use going. I'm going to, you know, get things spun up to hopefully have a natural gas generator up and running and all that sort of thing before the end of the stream, and we'll see how close I manage to get to that. And then, next Sunday night, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, that's right, I'm extending the stream, I will be playing Baldur's Gate 2. So, next Sunday night, starting at 9, a whole extra hour in the stream, planned instead of by accident like it is this time, I will be starting on Baldur's Gate 2, with the idea that I will be working towards Baldur's Gate 3. I do own Baldur's Gate 3, but I won't be playing it until I finish 2. So we'll see how big a game 2 is. So, that is the upcoming week in my schedule. All the games that I plan to play, everything that I plan to do in those games, and all of the stuff in between. So, except for the ending of that game, tonight has been a lot of fun. And I hope that those of you who have stuck with me through this very long stream had at least as much fun as I did. And I hope that you all have a great night. Good night.